peace and love. Let's get into it.
Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. Today we are getting into the wonderful, mysterious world of Diana Ankudinova. This time we are listening to Prove It and Get Out, Mood Video 2025. I love Diana's mood videos. They're very, well, moody. So let's see what kind of style of Diana we're getting with this one. I've been loving her musical journey, kind of discovering herself, discovering and developing her sound. So yeah, I'm excited for this. If you enjoy my reactions, do hit subscribe. Prove It and Get Out.
Не найду себе места в старом кресле. Оно давно забито разными мыслями. Я попробую убрать его когда-то, но если скажу, что раньше так делала, все бесполезно. Меня так больно осознать, чтобы прежде не воссоздать, что натворю прежде, потому что все уже не будет прежним. Мне просто грустно.
You know, I'm going to wind this back to the beginning and get the lyrics in. I was just getting really pulled into the music there. Really nice rhythm on the drums, slightly trap, very atmospheric, very haunting. Those kind of Diana Ankudinova musical textures that are becoming very sort of specific and iconic to her her unique style. Slightly trip hop. But yeah, and as I said before, very moody, very, I don't know, there's something enigmatic about it, isn't there? But I want to run back and listen again.
Не найду себе места в старом кресле. Оно давно забито разными мыслями. Я попробую убрать его когда-то, но если скажу, что раньше так делала, все бесполезно. Меня так больно осознать, чтобы прежде не воссоздать, что натворю прежде, потому что все уже не будет прежним. Мне просто грустно. Я не знаю, куда себя деть. Проще заболеть. В душе так пусто, в голове так душно, куда себя деть. Проще заболеть, проще заболеть. Я сидела на крыше и смотрела на свой рассвет. Только ниже ничего не слышно, ниже давно никого нет. И молчали в поселке по дороге до новой земли. Где-то снова громко, где-то снова меня нашли. Больно осознать.
This is really beautiful, these backing vocals that are layered up. I think when you have a vocal style as unique as Diana Ankudinova's, it gives you all this room to experiment with different kind of vocal textures you can incorporate into the composition. And I feel she does this a lot, where she'll do these really interesting melodies with interesting production, and it sounds like waves. It's like the sea rising and falling. It's very sensory what she creates sonically, and she has a very unique look as well, doesn't she? I love her fashion and everything. The production on her voice, it has an interesting reverb on it where it kind of sounds like she's in like an underground car park or something. It gives it a very urban feel, and I think that kind of helps generate a mental image of something a little bit more urban, kind of traffic lights, car lights, and sort of in soft focus. It's nighttime in a city, and there's a little bit of that nighttime in a city, I think, aesthetic and feel, urban kind of feel to Diana's work, both kind of visually and musically. Interesting lyrics. As always with Diana, it's never like direct, like this is what this song is about. It's kind of up for interpretation. I think an element of that might be the translation process, from Russian to English. Things, there's poetry in certain languages that doesn't always translate perfectly well into other languages. There may not even be a word for what is said, and it can sometimes, English particularly, languages like French and German and stuff, they can lose their poetry when translated to English, because we're very, very descriptive with how we speak, rather than having one word that encompasses entire concepts as much, but still, I really like these lyrics, and this kind of can't find a place for myself in the old armchair. See, that's straight away as an early lyric. Can't find a place for myself in the old armchair. It's a feeling of not feeling at home anymore, of feeling like you can't return to the way things were. You want to reminisce and look back on times of youth or anything from the past. You can't find a place for yourself in that old armchair. You don't feel at home anymore, You can kind of read into that in many different ways. And that's what I mean by interpretive. It's very open, and I will try to remove it someday. But if it's all useless, it hurts too much to realize. How much do I have to get wrong before I understand that nothing will ever be the same again? So is she kind of saying this feeling of she doesn't feel comfortable in the old armchair, she doesn't feel comfortable at home, everything's changed, things aren't what they were, and they'll never be the same again, life has changed, she's changed, maybe the people around her have changed, but things will never be the same as they used to be. That's kind of what I'm getting from the lyrics. But I'd be very interested to know in the comments what you think this song is about. If I'm anywhere close with my kind of interpretation of it, or do you have something completely different? I don't know if there is a right or wrong kind of answer to that. It's all in the ear of the beholder, isn't it?
Создать, что натворил прежде, чем пойму, что все уже не будет прежним. Мне просто грустно, и я не знаю, куда себя деть. Проще забыть. В душе так пусто, в голове так душно, куда себя деть. Проще заболеть, проще заболеть. Вопросы есть, ответов нет. Вопросы есть, ответов нет. Что я творю? Помогите мне. Что я творю? Помогите мне.
Wow. Wow. I love how the guitar came in at the end and it became more organic. Again, I really love that vocal effect she has, that reverb. Very atmospheric. And it's a real atmosphere she creates. You can feel the sorrow in her voice, in the lyricism and in the delivery of it. There's a sense of sadness, of something gone, or better times before. I don't know, but there's the way she kind of ended with "help me." It's quite heart-wrenching, wasn't it? I hope she's all right. Or it's quite simply art. You don't know. What I do know is I absolutely love her art, and I think that she is a very, very special songwriter and singer and musician with a very unique sound and a very unique story to tell musically. So very excited to hear more from Diana. New music, old music, anything I haven't heard, I want to hear. That was Diana Ankudinova. Prove It and Get Out Mood Video 2025. If you enjoy my reactions, guys, do hit subscribe. As always, take care. Peace and love.